What's going on, beautiful people? We are back again for some more AI news, and today we are going to be going over the most groundbreaking thing that is happening in the AI space right now. And if you've ever heard about the apps like Bolt or Lovable or all of these kind of vibe coding apps, this is like the final boss of vibe coding apps, and it is coming by one of the largest companies, which is Google. Yes. So, Google has released something that is called Google Firebase. And Firebase Studio is basically their one stop shop for building apps with AI. And so, as we can see, they have this simple prompt here that gives us some sample prompts, but also down here we can see we have many different coding languages that we can begin working with. And so you can also import files that you have been working on already. Maybe you've been starting on an app and you want to just finish it here. You can do that. And so we're going to dive in. But first, we are going to take a look at um, this site right here. So basically, Project IDX is going to be a part of Firebase Studio. And that's very powerful because it's bringing the Gemini capabilities into Firebase Studio. And that's going to make it a much more powerful thing. So, what we are going to do, I have prepared a prompt using Gemini. So, Gemini has basically given me a app idea, and we are going to feed this into Firebase Studio and see what it gives us. Now, I am not a technical person at all. I don't know these coding languages. I know the absolute basics of coding, and so we're gonna see what it will give us. And yeah, let's copy this. Um, let me see. Yeah. Okay, copy all of that. Let's go to Firebase, paste, and that's a large content window. That is a large content window. But let's just see if we can put a large prompt like this into it and just see what it gives us. So bam. And I really like the animations, the polished feel of Firebase Studio. Whenever you get on here, it really feels like a very futuristic style of application. And so right here we have the app blueprint. It's similar to something like Manus, where you give it an objective and then it gives you a plan, or Lovable or Bolt. And so right here we can look at this. We can say, okay, boom, Verdant Verse is the name of the app. It has AI plant identification, it has plant profile management, and I think this is a very cool app for people that have plant kids or anything like that. It'll be an easy way to keep track of it. It shows the colors for the actual layout, the typography, the iconography, and let's see what it gives us. Prototype this app for us, Firebase. Let's do this. Verdant verse. And sooner or later, this is the scary part about models like this, is that you combine something like this with a model that can generate images, or that can generate videos, or that can generate voice, or that can generate AI avatars. You bring all of that together into one app, and you can literally, from start to finish, build a brand and an app using just AI in a matter of 10, 20, 30 minutes. I mean, a well polished app, of course, is going to take a lot of hours and some days to really get it to a polished, customer ready point. However, this is going to get you so much farther than any coder will in 10 seconds. I mean, it's about to create the environment for us, our app, create all of the files, and actually give us a directory with all of those files so that we can take it and download it and put it in somewhere else, or deploy it, or whatever we want to do. And we actually have an option up here. If I can scroll up, to publish. And so you can publish your stuff, I guess. I don't know what I just did. It appears you need a Gemini API key. So let me go get my API key. So bam, it has just encountered an error, and I guess I'll just say fix error. I don't know what this means. Arrow right, camera check, chevrons. I'm guessing these are icons. Um, export plant doesn't exist in target module. Yeah, I'm guessing these are icons. Yeah, so these are icons. And I guess it needs to fix it. So it's gonna go through this whole entire process, and because we did give it a pretty robust prompt, it should give us a very nice output. So it's ran into another issue. Let's just click fix issue, and I'm gonna keep doing that until we come out with a full app, because I'm not technical. Like I said before, I don't know what all of this is, and it looks like what is this, bro? What is this? Yo. Okay, so we can add a plant. I'm guessing this would be connected to our camera roll, or it would open a window that says input the plant descriptions or whatever. When I click add plant, open a window to add a plant image, name, description, but also so so I think that'll cover it. I'm gonna just do this, because if it's identify with AI, then you can basically add it with AI, and I was gonna say to do that within the add plant. But if we want to just add the plant, then I think it'll just be kind of us um yeah, add in the name, add in the description, add in the image. Um in the add plant dialog, add fields to choose watering frequency, um and other, I'll just say watering frequency. So bam. And I really like this. This is something simple. I think if it were an actual app, it'll be something like this. You get this dialogue, add your stuff, select frequency, bam. So let's say daffodils. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell daffodils. I don't know. No. White plant, and then we can add a picture. I'm actually gonna download a plant picture. So I didn't spell it right. But so I'm gonna download this plant picture, save that. Let's go back to Firebase. Want me to upload an image? I'm gonna upload an image. Bam, add that thing bi-weekly, add plant. Okay, so let's say when I click add plant in the add plant dialog, close the dialog, but generate a plant profile on the main screen. So let's see if it takes that and actually does something. Now this is decently basic, but the thing is, when you're using these vibe coding platforms, you have to really know each and every functionality, and that's why it's going to be more important for people to plan out these things, plan out each and every action that you want this AI to embed into this app, because otherwise it's just going to, I mean, we're not at AGI yet, so you have to give it very precise instructions. Let's see if it does something. Daffodil. Of course, we have the correct spelling now. White plant. Upload an image. Bam. Weekly, bi-weekly, weekly. Add plant. Bam. So now it we just basically built out a web platform that will allow us to add plants. You can identify plants with AI. That is probably going to be connected to an API, and it'll just be um, kind of an image recognition model that can say, hey, this is a sunflower, or things like that. And so you can kind of get a picture of the use cases that we have with Firebase, and what it's actually doing here is all of the work for you. So you don't really have to do anything. What is this button right here? Annotate? Annotate. I don't know what annotate means, but um, yeah. So share preview link. We can open a preview to a full app right here. Bam. And things can be larger. For example, let's see if we can go back to Firebase Studio and start a new one. So let me close that. Let's go back to Firebase Studio, and it's gonna save your projects right here. I'm not sure of the actual limits right now, but let's just say an app that tracks financial data for client companies and makes AI suggestions for optimization. Um, show charts and a show charts for different metrics and have a dark futuristic UI. Bam. So let's see what it's going to give us now. And I like that they're using the language prototype this app, because they're not trying to get you a fully built ready to ship app. They are getting you to prototype so that you can have a farther starting point and kind of do a little bit of trial and error before you actually deep dive into it. But one of the use cases that I'm very very excited about excuse me, um, I'll actually talk on that after I look at this. So, Synapse Analytics, data aggregation, interactive dashboards, AI-driven insights, recommendations, alerts. Okay, cool. Bam. Let's just prototype it. Um, Small businesses will be able to create internal web applications and external web applications for their customers or their employees to use, and so you can do it very, very quickly with something like this. Let's say you wanted to put a calculator on your real estate site and you didn't have a calculator already built out, or you wanted some type of custom functionality. You could go to a site like this and say, hey, um, I would like to I would like to I would like to build a calculator, and it'll build it for you. So bam, we have our dashboard. We don't have anything here. Populate charts with fake data. And so I just want to see a visual of the actual charts it's coming up with, because I mean, what it gave us is far too basic. It doesn't have anything on it. It looks like a skeleton. And I know, and it doesn't even have a futuristic UI, but maybe that's just the lack of prompting. So the last app we created, we utilized AI to make a prompt, and it gave us a lot of stuff. It gave us colors, whatever. But with the prompt that we're using now, we have to kind of hone it in from a farther back point. And let's just see what it gives us. Okay, so we have encountered an error, fix error. All right, so boom, it has not necessarily given us what we're looking for. It's encountered 3 issues, fix error. The tag G is unrecognized in this browser. It looks like it did populate the data. If we can scroll up, but yeah, this would just take a lot to probably make an app like this. But I did want to test it out just to see the limits of its capabilities, and it's just, it didn't really build out too much in terms of this app. Um, Even with something like this, copy. Yeah, so there you have it, folks. You just saw how quickly I built a simple web application, and if you spend hours on this, you could build something much more robust. However, if you did learn something in this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I am going to be pushing these out as much as I can. Like I said, always in every one of my videos, I use these tools every day, all day. So I am happy to bring this information to y'all. If you have any requests for any tools you would like me to explore or check out, or something you think I missed, then you know, comment it below. But yeah, man, it's been D-Lo Brands, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Greetings, business owners. Have you ever wondered how you should show up on the online marketplace or in person for your customers? Well, the number one thing that you need to focus on is branding. How are you appearing to your customers, and what type of relation are you communicating with them? And this is exactly what we do at the Views Agency. We handle full service projects, as well as if you're just looking to get your branding identity done. So if this is something that you're interested in, be sure to follow me at DLO Brands, or send me an email at dlogan@theviewsagency.com, and we can get your project started today.